Have you ever wondered what happens to a child who grows up feeling hated? Not just unloved, but unwanted, ignored, blamed for things they didn't do? This is the story of a child who learns early that love is something you have to earn, and even then, it might never come. Today, we'll explore the psychology of the hated child, how it shapes the mind, emotions, and future of a human being who was never made to feel like one. Every child is born craving love. It's their first emotional need. When they cry, they're not being difficult. They're asking to be seen. But what if, every time they cry, they're met with anger instead of comfort? Imagine a little boy who hears his parents say, "You're such a mistake," or a little girl who gets silence instead of a hug. This is where it begins. The moment a child realizes that love isn't guaranteed, they start believing something must be wrong with me. This belief becomes their core wound, a voice inside whispering, "You don't deserve love." The hated child grows up in a world where love and pain are mixed. They learn to walk carefully, to speak softly, to not exist too loudly, because being noticed means being punished. Inside, they carry two versions of themselves, one that wants love desperately, and one that believes they're not worthy of it. They may start pleasing everyone, hoping to finally be accepted. Or they may turn cold, pretending not to care, but deep down, they still do. Every insult, every moment of rejection, doesn't just hurt, it echoes. They replay it in their minds for years, long after the world has forgotten. Psychologists say that being consistently rejected by caregivers can change how a child's brain develops. It can trigger anxiety, hypervigilance, and emotional numbness. They may struggle with attachment, either clinging too tightly or pushing everyone away. The hated child often grows into an adult who overthinks every relationship, apologizes too much, feels responsible for everyone's happiness but their own, or isolates completely, convinced that love is dangerous. They may look strong on the outside, independent, successful, but inside, they're terrified of being abandoned again. What's heartbreaking is how often this cycle repeats. A child who was hated doesn't always become hateful, but they often carry the same emotional wounds into adulthood. Some try so hard not to be like their parents that they lose themselves in guilt. Others repeat the same patterns, not because they want to, but because pain is the only language they were ever taught. It's not evil, it's inheritance, emotional inheritance. And unless someone helps them unlearn it, it gets passed down again. But here's the truth. Even if you were hated, you were never unworthy. The way they treated you says everything about their pain, not your worth. Healing starts when you stop asking, "Why didn't they love me?" and start realizing they couldn't. You deserved better then, and you still do now. You deserved to be hugged when you cried, to be told you were enough, not too much, to be seen, not ignored. Healing isn't fast. It's quiet, painful, and slow, but it's real. Every time you choose kindness over anger, you're breaking the cycle. Every time you give love to yourself, to someone else, you're teaching your inner child that love can exist safely. If you're listening to this and something inside you hurts, know that you're not alone. You are not the names they called you. You are not the silence they gave you. You are not the mistakes they made. You are the proof that a heart can survive what should have destroyed it. You are not the hated child anymore. You are someone who has the power to love deeply, fiercely, honestly, and that is your strength. If this story felt like yours, I want you to take a deep breath right now. You made it. You're still here, and that means healing is still possible. Thank you for watching. If you believe that love can rewrite even the most painful story, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because sometimes, all a hated child ever needed was someone to finally say, "You are loved."